Nothing like it. For nearly a month out of every year, the Bayou City, Space City, oil capital, becomes Rodeo Houston, and we trade our suits, ties, and stilettos for cowboy hats and boots. Howdy, I'm Carolyn Campbell with another edition of Houston First News. As you can see behind me, they are ramping up for rodeo. You know, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is the world's largest. Cowboys and cowgirls, tens of thousands of them, come from all over to participate in so many different events. From trail rides to barbecue cook-offs to barrel racing and bull riding, there's something for everyone. Longtime velvet voice of the rodeo, Boyd Paul Hamus, shares some behind-the-scenes insight and special moments as he answers questions from Visit Houston social media fans.
Rituals, I have preparation orders of things that I do in order to get my stats and figures together. Probably the truest ritual is to say a prayer. I really do ask God to give me the words in a way that the fan will enjoy hearing them and understand them. So if there's any one part of the ritual that is a definite, it's that prayer. At Houston, nothing's wacky. We're all pretty serious about the way it gets presented and how well it's done. A very professional event, but sometimes wacky happens within it. There was a time, and this is back in the Astrodome, where a steer wrestler ripped his britches open, so everything the good Lord gave him was on site for everybody else to see. So that was kind of wacky. We've seen some guys spill in different ways, wacky. There was one time I tackled Howdy the mascot. That was kind of wacky, and it wasn't during the show. But for the most part, we try to avoid wacky if we can, but if it happens, we embrace it. One of two. So I grew up big Southern rock fan. And before the bands got so big that they had their own pre-recorded video that would introduce them, when we were in the Astrodome, we introduced all the bands, me and my other colleagues. So for me to be able to say to like 50,000 people in the Astrodome, ladies and gentlemen, Lynyrd Skynyrd, that was like a huge high for me. The other one was the last performance ever in the Astrodome because it was George Strait, and we were trying to sell a record number of tickets to the event. There was no rodeo held in conjunction with it. It was just the last thing that ever happened in the Astrodome, save Hurricane Katrina. But the last paid event was George Strait concert, and I will never forget the mood in that room. It was so electric, so absolutely electric.
That's all for this time. I'm Carolyn Campbell, hot on the rodeo trail for Houston First News.